We will continue next now talking about checking and savings accounts and comparing those two. So, checking and savings accounts, what's the difference between those? Checking accounts provide an easy method for transferring money. They are used to write checks, use a debit card, withdraw cash, and electronically transfer money. Some earn interest, but most don't earn interest. Savings accounts are designed to hold your money that you don't spend on day-to-day things. Access is a little bit more limited than a checking account, but they do earn interest, so that's the biggest difference between these two. For our daily paying bills, writing checks, using our debit card, we use our checking account, and then we save our money in our savings where it earns a little bit more interest. Should you look for a low or a high interest rate on a savings account? High is always better when earning interest and low when paying. So Josie's looking for a checking account that's linked to a savings account so she can transfer money back and forth whenever she needs to. So do the options have that ability? If we go back and look at our comparison chart, and we look to see if it's linked together. That is listed right here, linked savings account options, and it says yes for option 1 and yes for option 2. You can have unlimited transfers between them. So that is an option for both of those. So yes, linked to our savings account, and yes, linked to for both the bank and the credit union. So what is credit when we talk about banks and credit unions? It is borrowing money, such as loans and credit cards, and you have to pay back the money with interest when you borrow it. Other services depository institutions offer are financial advice, assistance with lots of different topics. You'll have to talk to your bank or credit union to find anything specific, but you can store valuable items in their safe deposit boxes, and they have special needs payment instruments, traveler's checks for when you're traveling, other kinds of checks that you can use in different instances. If you need a certified check or a cashier's check, you can get those from your depository institution. So using these services, you can call, visit, email, or search their website to determine what steps are needed to use the service. Having an account may be a requirement to use certain services, and most require a parent or guardian signature to open an account if you're under 18 years old. Some more features that many depository institutions offer are online banking, mobile banking, debit cards, ATMs, and contactless payment. We'll talk about each of those next. Online banking is using a secure internet site to complete transactions with a username and password. And by doing this, you can do all kinds of things. You can find out your balance, transfer money, pay bills, set up recurring bill payment, or apply for credit, or just some of the things you can do online. Mobile banking is similar, using a smartphone, tablet, or another mobile device, and you can usually do the same things you can do with online banking. Debit cards are plastic cards that are connected to your account, usually your checking account, and they function in the same manner as checks, but they're faster, more portable, and they have a PIN number to authorize transactions or a signature. ATMs are the machines that you can complete transactions without it's human assistance. You can take out money from an ATM, deposit money, transfer money, or check your account balance. And usually you use your ATM card, which is your debit card, and a PIN number. Contactless payment are transactions that are completed with no connection between the device and the point of sale device. So you'll wave a card in front of a sensor. It's fast and easy, and not all merchants have this technology, but it is growing. So you could vote for your favorite. If you were in class, you would vote for what you think is the most appealing. Lots of different choices, and lots are valuable to many people. That would be hard to choose one. There are fees that banks and credit unions do charge. They vary, and they're very important to consider when you're choosing your institution. The overdraft fee is charged if you take out more money than you have available. So if you've opted in and you make a transaction and there's not enough money, it'll go through, but you'll have to pay a payment or a fee. And a charge for using an ATM is an ATM fee. If you use a different one than your bank or credit union has, Quick Trip has free ones at this point, but they could change that, or you would be charged at other ATMs. And minimum balance fees are accounts that make you keep a certain minimum amount in order they're going to charge you. So how do you manage those fees? If you do your research, ask for a list of all your fees, you can really avoid most of those fees. So you definitely want to do that. Manage your account responsibly, because fees can definitely add up. So how do you choose one over another? You choose what meets your goals, what matters to you the most. The fees, the type of depository institution it is, where it's located, if it's insured, the services offered, interest rates offered, and features offered. And many will have similar things, but there will be a couple things that matter most to you that it'll come down to, and you can choose what works best for you. So for Josie to choose, she has to learn a little bit more, or we have to learn more about Josie to help her decide. And so we found out that she will be traveling often to neighboring states. She owns a smartphone. She has overdrafted, so gone over her amount in the past. She has bills to pay each month. She wants to avoid fees if possible, and she doesn't want any minimum balance requirements. She would like to earn interest on her deposits and would like to check her account balances quickly and easily. So by learning this about her, if we went back into her comparison chart, we can look and see how they're different. Remember, one is a bank and two is a credit union. This one is charged a fee if you go below $100, so that's a minimum balance charge, and that's something she wants to avoid. However, this one has a $2 ATM fee if you use a different ATM, and that's a disadvantage of the bank in this case. This one has more locations, 5 compared to 2. The bank has a little bit higher insufficient fund fee, so but the credit union earns interest, so pluses and minuses of both of these depository institutions, that it's difficult to choose just one. So in summary, a depository institution has many benefits. It is a safe place to store money, a way to manage cash, and the opportunity to earn interest is there. Services and features offered and fees charged vary between and within every depository institution. So you'll want to research different depository institutions and choose one that will help you reach your goals. Now that we've finished our presentation, you can now go back into Moodle, or if you have a paper copy of anything, you can finish your agree or disagree. After now, do you agree with these things or disagree? A bank can help me manage my money. I trust that my money is safe if I store it in a bank, and my money has the possibility to increase in value if stored in a bank. So you can go back and look at that now. You can now also, you finished your notes, I'm sure, and looking at Josie's. Alike but different is another thing to look at and see now how these are alike and different. Banks and credit unions, how are they alike and how are they unique? Checking and savings accounts, how are they alike and how are they unique? This is good review for you before your quiz. Online and mobile banking, how are they alike and different? And ATMs and debit cards, how are they alike and how are they different? So this is a good review to look at after you are finished with taking the notes on the presentation. And your next topic is going to be to complete the depository institution research, your next assignment. And what you're going to do for this assignment is first write down at the very top after your name what are the 3 most important things you are looking for specifically in a depository institution. And then you must choose one and go to their website and do some research. What is the name of the institution you are researching? What type of institution is it, bank or credit union? And then you'll continue going on and answering these questions as you go. If there's something you can't find, you can explain another feature about it or why you couldn't find it. Most things are on the website if you continue to look for it. And then at the very end, provide at least 3 reasons why you would choose this depository institution if you decided to do that. So this is your assignment. This is a standard that will be graded in Moodle, and you will have your quiz coming up shortly.